Hi, LiberAnarchy here. I've stopped what I'm doing just to make a point. I happen to think the sky is purple, and I'm going to stump you with this question that you can't answer, and nobody can ever answer it, ever, which proves that I'm right. If the sky isn't purple, why didn't Hitler ever kiss my cat? See, you can't answer that question. All you can do is criticize the question. You want to say the question makes no sense because really you just can't answer it. So the sky is purple. I must be right. Yeah. And so everybody has to tell me, you either have to tell me why didn't Hitler kiss my cat, or you have to concede that the sky is purple. Yeah, so I've got you stumped. Aha, I'm claiming victory. Yeah. So, this is something that has annoyed me. And we all know of one individual who's done this with an atheist, quote, question about atheism, or, yeah, a question about atheism. The whole prove to me that atheism is accurate and correct. Yeah, but there are other people who do this too. I've heard some of it done with politics. They'll ask a question that's a complete non sequitur or is based in complete and utter misinformation, or in the evolution creation debate, which, yes, goes back to fundamentalists. They'll ask a question like, if humans came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? And it's just kind of there's a fundamental misunderstanding of evolution here. Evolution isn't about there's some objective sense of better and everything in a particular species is getting somehow better. Evolution means animals adapt to their environments, and generations with better traits survive, and they survive to mate, and they are more likely to reproduce species with these traits that help them to survive in a particular environment. This is called natural selection. And keep doing this enough times, and the species will change. That's called speciation. I'm not an expert. If I have to explain this to you, that's bad. I'm far from an expert. Now, there's nothing that says every member of a species will end up evolving into something else. Species can branch off. They do branch off. Many species have common ancestors. It's not a matter of, every primate is going to, every species of primate is going to move up to another species like a ladder. It happens like a tree. So it's one of these questions that, holy moly. Go to a channel called Why Evolution is True if you want to learn more about evolution. But yeah, I'm getting really frustrated with these nonsense questions. With anarchy, a lot of people ask, but who will build the roads? Well, many municipalities already pay private companies, albeit with tax dollars, to build the roads. There are already private companies that build roads. So where that question comes from, I don't even know. So I'm getting a little tired. Now, granted, people who do that mostly they're new to the topic and they don't think that they've stumped you. But I'm getting annoyed with people who just say shit that's completely inane, completely nonsensical, and then they're like, you can't answer that. I've stumped you. So, teach the controversy. I know that's off topic, but I mean, you know what? When it, sometimes Glenn Beck says some smart things, like when Congress voted themselves a pay raise, he was going on about how he was comparing the salaries to congressmen versus soldiers, and he was saying that congressmen should not make any more than soldiers because the soldiers are risking their lives. I'm okay with that. Good. Fine idea. But he's one of these people that says, teach the controversy. For heaven's sakes. Oh boy. Okay, first of all, within the scientific community, there is no controversy as far as whether or not evolution is true. Secondly, the quote controversy, is a particular Bronze Age myth interpreted through American Protestant eyes versus evolution. Apply that logic to a different mythical system. Let's have fun. Let's do the Norse system. Teach that controversy. Oh, but that one's silly. Yours isn't. The Judeo-Christian version of abracadabra is not silly, but the Norse or the Greek or the Inuit, etc., would be. I don't know. I'm a little bit frustrated with human stupidity. The willful stupidity. There's a lot of things that I don't know. And frankly, there's a lot of things that I don't need to know. I've been saddled with a bunch of Chinese coins. It's something I inherited. I know nothing about Chinese coins. So I have to figure out what to fucking do with these things. I'm probably going to have to send them away to be appraised. Okay, so there's a lot of things I don't know. But for goodness sakes, there's just so much willful stupidity in the world. And then you have people that, instead of learning about the other side of issues and discussing it, they just say stuff, and when you point out that doesn't even make sense, or you just won't even dignify nonsense with an answer, I've stumped you. No. You've just trotted out nonsense. Okay, so that's my little rant for the evening. And now I'm going to go do other stuff. Right, hope everyone's doing well, by the way.